Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from SimpleProgrammer.com. Tired of pushy recruiters sending you LinkedIn requests for jobs you have no interest in? Tired of blasting out resumes into the dark? If so, you should check out Hired.com. Hired.com flips job searching on its head by having top employers like Facebook come to you after you fill out one simple application. You also get your own job coach to help you on your next job search. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you at least fill out the application. Just go to Hired.com/SimpleProgrammer, and when you get hired with Hired, you'll get double the normal sign-on bonus for using that link. So I got a question about an extra degree or work experience. I think you guys know what I'm going to answer here, but I'll read the question here. This is from Jason, and Jason says, I have a job opportunity from Amazon as a software development engineer and a bursary opportunity. Actually, I had to look up the word bursary. I didn't know what it was. To do an electrical engineering degree, which will benefit my career more. So bursary, just for you guys that are also uneducated like me, means that someone is basically giving you a paid scholarship to go to school. So apparently some companies is offering to pay for his degree to get an electrical engineering degree, but he's already got a degree, or he's graduating. He says, some additional info. He says, I'm 19, I'm graduating from an engineering degree, majoring in game design. Man, that's cool, this year. I know this is a very niche degree. Yeah, but it's pretty freaking cool. The bursary is from a company which also does software development, but isn't as well known as Amazon. My hesitation with taking the degree is that I then have to work for this company afterwards, which means the opportunity from Amazon will have to be postponed at least another 4 years. When you say postpone at least another 4 years, it means it may not exist. So let's be honest here. As an important note, the degree I'm graduating from this year allows me to complete electrical engineering in only an additional 2 years. This means I'll have 2 degrees at the end of my 5 years. My current degree has taken me 3 years. Thanks for all the help. John, P.S. I'm from South Africa, if that's of any use to you. No, but I'd like to visit someday. And now I'll get all the emails saying, come visit me in South Africa. Okay. Here's what I'd say about this. Okay, so the bursary thing is interesting, but you don't want to have a bunch of degrees on your wall. What you want to have is money. What I mean by this is, like, the degrees are not going to matter. You know, you got a degree, great. That's fine. You know, you really don't even need a degree to be a software developer at this point. If you got a degree in game design, that's pretty good. That is a pretty niche degree, but you probably, I think, I mean, like, my perception is, if you've got a degree in game design, you're probably a good developer, right? Like, someone who just has a CS degree, okay, you know, that's great, but game design, that says I will hire you for anything. One, because you probably had to do a lot more complex mathematics, because game development is harder than regular development for the most part, and 2, because it's cool. And I like to hire people that are cool. Now, you know, I mean, people are going to actually be interested in that. It's kind of a nice thing to have, actually, because people will literally hire you. I have gotten hired for a job before. One of my first jobs I got hired for was because the guy that was interviewing me for the job, he said, have you ever played EverQuest? And I said, no, but I'm really interested in playing EverQuest. He's like, so you think you'd play EverQuest? We play EverQuest. And I was like, I will build my own PC and play EverQuest. And he's like, you're hired for the fucking job. So it didn't go exactly like that, but it was pretty damn close. Like, I basically got hired because I was willing to play EverQuest. Possibly a bad decision in my life, playing EverQuest, although I did have fun, but, you know, hours gone of my life that I'll never get back into the black hole. So yeah, it was an interesting experience. But people will just hire you for that. So I'm going way off topic, but here's the thing. Okay, so let's talk about what this opportunity is. You've got your degree, it's game design, you have an opportunity to work for Amazon. Jeff Bezos is kind of a slave driver. You can check out the book review I did on the Everything Source. So you might actually want to check that out before you go and work for Amazon, because it's definitely a harsh work environment from what I understand and everyone I've talked to there. I could be wrong, but that's, you know, that's what I've heard. I've never been to Amazon and been whipped by anyone there. So, if I do visit, if you guys want to give me a tour of Amazon and whip me, just send me an email. I'll be glad to zoom on over there and you can do, whatever you want. So, in all seriousness, though, I don't really see any benefit to you having your degree paid for, missing the Amazon opportunity when you already have a degree, and then having to go work for this other company that's not as good, and they're probably not going to pay you as much because they don't have to pay you as much because you're obligated to work for them, right? So I would totally just take the Amazon job. I mean, check out Amazon, like I said, and make sure you're willing to get involved in that work environment. And if you are, then take that job. Don't worry. Like having multiple degrees hanging on your wall, it's gonna be cool. I mean, when you have people over and you're like, look, I have a game design degree, and here's my electrical engineering degree, and then they're like, oh, that's great. But it's not going to really help you in your career. Not really. I mean, who cares? Like, you're going to look at a resume and be like, oh, well, he's got 2 degrees. So I guess we should pay him twice as much. It doesn't happen, right? It's going to be your skill. It's going to be what you actually can do. And if you've already got this opportunity, you're 19, you got a chance to work at Amazon, that's a good resume builder. Put that freaking thing on your resume and call it done. I don't think there's really a decision to make here in my mind. All right. Hopefully that is helpful to you and I haven't totally screwed you up. And if you do get to work for Amazon and get whipped, by Jeff Bezos, obviously send me a picture, and I wish you the best. I'll talk to you next time. Oh, and don't forget, click the subscribe button, click the bell if you haven't already. See you later.